Can you really double your punching power? According to peer-reviewed research, yes. Studies show that targeted training can produce effect sizes of 1 to 2, meaning you can double your force output. But here's what most people get wrong. Punching power doesn't come from your arms. Professional fighters generate 1,000 to 1,500 pounds of force in a single punch. The difference? It's not genetics, it's biomechanics. Today, we're breaking down 8 science-backed methods proven to dramatically increase punching power. These are training principles supported by peer-reviewed research. Let's begin. Number 8, master the kinetic chain. Your punch starts at your feet, not your fist. The kinetic chain describes how force transfers from the ground, through your body, into your target. A 1985 study by Filimonov examined boxers at different skill levels. The finding: elite athletes use their legs far more than novices, contributing 37.9% of punching force. Your legs are your largest muscle groups. When you drive off the ground, force travels through hips, core, shoulders, and finally your fist. If any link is weak, you lose power. A 2022 review in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found correlations of 0.67 to 0.85 between lower body strength and punching impact. To master the kinetic chain, squats, deadlifts, box jumps, and sled pushes. Build your foundation first. Number 7, develop effective mass. Effective mass is the portion of your body weight that you can transfer into the punch. It's not about how much you weigh, it's about how much of that weight moves into the target. A 2025 study published in Applied Sciences measured effective mass in trained boxers using force plates and acceleration sensors. The results: straight punches like the jab and cross had significantly higher effective mass than hooks, even though hooks generated more peak force. Why? Because straight punches allow better mass transfer through the kinetic chain. When you throw a punch, you're creating a collision between your fist and the target. The more body mass you get behind that collision, the harder it hits. This is why a 150-pound boxer with perfect technique can hit harder than a 200-pound bodybuilder with poor form. Research confirms technique efficiency matters more than raw muscle mass. To improve effective mass, train heavy compound lifts, deadlifts, squats, and Olympic lifting variations. These movements teach your body to recruit maximum muscle simultaneously. The same double activation pattern needed in a punch. Build mass that moves, not just mass that sits. Number 6, maximize hip rotation. Hip rotation is the power multiplier in every punch. When you rotate your hips while punching, you convert linear force from your legs into rotational torque. This amplifies impact exponentially. Biomechanical analysis shows that hip rotation can contribute up to 24.2% of total punching force. Mike Tyson's devastating power came largely from explosive hip drive and rotation. Your core muscles, especially the obliques, create this rotational force. A stiff, strong core acts like a transmission, transferring energy from your lower body to your upper body. But here's the critical distinction. You're not trying to create movement in your lower back. You're creating stability while your hips rotate around a stable lumbar spine. Research in the Strength and Conditioning Journal emphasizes that lumbar stability, not lumbar mobility, allows maximum force transfer. If your core is weak or excessively mobile, energy leaks out. Your punch loses power. To maximize hip rotation, train anti-rotational exercises, Pallof press, landmine rotations, cable wood chops, and medicine ball throws. These build the rotational power and stability you need. Number 5, increase speed and acceleration. Physics is simple. Force equals mass times acceleration. You can increase force by adding mass or by increasing speed. For most people, speed is easier to improve. Research on Olympic boxers found that punch velocity was a key differentiator between elite and amateur fighters. The faster your fist moves, the harder it hits. But speed isn't just about moving fast. It's about explosive acceleration, how quickly you reach top speed. This is where fast-twitch muscle fibers come in. A study on Chinese female boxers found that 12 weeks of speed strength training significantly improved both punch velocity and force. The experimental group showed greater improvements than the control group across all metrics. Plyometric training builds explosive power, plyometric push-ups, medicine ball slams, box jumps. These exercises train your muscles to contract with maximum force in minimum time. Speed bags and double-end bags improve hand speed and timing. Resistance band punching builds acceleration because tension increases as the band stretches. Train for explosion, not endurance. Think less bodybuilder, more sprinter. Number 4, perfect your technique. This is the most important method on this list. Research consistently shows that technique efficiency matters more than raw strength. One study participant reported that learning proper technique approximately tripled his power compared to strength training alone. While this is anecdotal, biomechanical studies confirm the principle. Technique is the multiplier. Proper technique means straight punch trajectory, full hip rotation, tight fist on impact, and complete follow-through. Common beginner mistakes: punching across the body instead of straight, stopping at the target instead of through it, tensing up before impact instead of staying relaxed. Elite boxers stay relaxed until the moment of impact, then snap everything tight. This double activation creates maximum force transfer. They visualize their fist going through the target, not stopping at it. They rotate their entire body, not just their arm. They breathe out sharply on impact, engaging their core. A 2025 biomechanics study found that skilled boxers demonstrate superior kinematic sequencing, activating muscles in the optimal order. Perfect practice makes perfect. Shadow boxing in front of a mirror with focus on form is essential. Work with a coach who can correct technical flaws before they become habits. Bad technique practiced repeatedly just makes you consistently ineffective. Number 3, strengthen your posterior chain. Your posterior chain is everything on the back of your body: glutes, hamstrings, lower back, upper back. Most people neglect these muscles because they can't see them in the mirror. This is a critical mistake. The posterior chain is crucial for generating and transferring force. Your glutes, the largest muscles in your body, drive hip extension and rotation. The Filimonov study found that hip rotation contributed 24.2% of punching force. Your lower back and upper back stabilize your torso during rotation. Weak posterior chain means energy leaks and injury risk increases. Research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows strong correlations between lower body strength and punching impact. Exercises like deadlifts, hip thrusts, and rows significantly improve force generation. The single leg hip thrust is particularly effective because it addresses left-right imbalances. Pull-ups and chin-ups train antagonist muscles, creating balance with all the pushing you do. A strong posterior chain also protects your spine during thousands of punches in training. Don't neglect what you can't see. It's likely your biggest untapped power source. Number 2, build core stability and power. Your core is the transmission system of your body. It connects lower body power to upper body delivery. A weak core is like a broken transmission. All that engine power goes nowhere. Core training for punching isn't about doing endless sit-ups. It's about anti-movement, resisting extension, resisting lateral flexion, resisting rotation. Research in combat sports science shows that core stability exercises, not core mobility exercises, improve force transfer in punches. The core must remain stable while limbs move explosively around it. Medicine ball slams build explosive core power. Planks and their variations build isometric core strength. Pallof presses train anti-rotation, your core resisting twisting forces. Cable chops and landmine rotations train controlled rotation with resistance. The landmine punch with isometric hold is particularly effective. You punch the landmine bar out, then a partner pushes down on it while you resist. This creates that snap at the end of your punch, the sudden tension that transfers maximum force. Studies show that boxers with stronger cores demonstrate better force transfer efficiency. Train your core like a power lifter, not a bodybuilder. Stability and power, not endless reps. Number 1, condition your hands and wrists. This is the most overlooked aspect of punching power. You can have perfect technique and massive strength, but if your hands can't handle the impact, you'll never hit at full power. Hand and wrist injuries are the most common injuries in boxing. Research shows that boxers often unconsciously hold back power to protect weak hands. Strong, conditioned hands allow you to commit fully to every punch without fear. The rice bucket drill is old school but effective. Fill a bucket with rice, thrust your hands in, grab and twist. This strengthens every small muscle, tendon, and ligament in your hands and forearms. Wrist strengthening exercises prevent hyperextension on impact. Heavy bag work progressively conditions the bones and connective tissue in your hands. Start light and gradually increase intensity over months. Biomechanical studies confirm that bone and connective tissue adapt to progressive stress, but adaptation takes time, typically 8 to 12 weeks to see significant changes. Proper hand wrapping and quality gloves protect your hands during training so they can get stronger, not injured. Many beginners rush this and develop chronic hand problems that permanently limit their power. Condition your hands patiently. They're the final link in your kinetic chain. These are the 8 science-backed methods to double your punching power. Master the kinetic chain. Develop effective mass. Maximize hip rotation. Increase speed and acceleration. Perfect your technique. Strengthen your posterior chain. Build core stability. Condition your hands. Can you really double your punching power? Research says yes, with consistent application of these principles over 6 to 12 months. Studies show effect sizes of 1.0 to 2.0, meaning substantial, measurable improvements in force output. But here's the reality. These methods require dedication, proper coaching, and progressive training. There are no shortcuts. The biomechanics of a powerful punch have been studied for decades. The science is clear. The methods work. Now it's up to you to put in the work. Train smart, train consistently, and watch your power grow. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more science-based combat sports training. Until next time, train hard and punch harder, and do not forget to subscribe to Martial Road.